It's Mark and friends. Our friend Lauren is here this morning hanging out. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know what I did yesterday?
What?
I had a snow cone yesterday.
Oh my goodness, Mark.
Not to call you out.
I hope that it was wonderful and that you
really
enjoyed
nice
it.
of you.
If you get a snow cone, what flavor do you get? I'm curious.
So we were talking last week about those things that everybody seems to love about summer, and then you're like, I don't know that I can get on board with this. And we all have one or two. And you're like, it seems like everybody loves snow cones. And you just can't get there. You're all in on ice cream, but that's not been your thing.
Yeah. Hey, if someone else wants to enjoy a snow cone, happy for them. Enjoy it. I wish you nothing but the best. But for me, I'm going to do a polite pass and go get ice cream.
Okay. That's fair. I get it, because we all have our stuff. So we were in Gentry last night. We did a little VBS pop-up stop with Kona Ice where we show up.
Oh, that's so fun.
With the Kona Ice truck, and we're like, hey, kids, come on. Oh,
my goodness.
And not just kids. I mean, we're like, all the volunteers.
Yes.
The church staff. It's just a way to bless them and say, man, we love that you guys are doing this. The kids obviously are like super excited. And, they've got this truck with like 1,000 flavors, and you can just go up.
That is exciting. All the choices.
And I'm talking to the kids, and they're all scheming, like, all right, which one are you going to do? All the brave ones, you could tell the extroverts are all like, oh, it has to be tiger blood. I want the red tongue. The more quieter introverts are like, hey, they have this one that's clear. Right? Or like gentle mango or something like that. So it's so funny how personality turns into it. But I did it too. I was like, hey, look, if everybody else is having snow cones, I'm all in.
Absolutely.
And then I had the whole tension of everything in me wants to go in and put like 12 flavors in one. And I was like, I don't know that I can do that. Like, can you do that as an adult? Is that...
Absolutely. Yes.
Really?
That's one of the perks I've decided.
Okay.
Is my food choices are my own. I will pay the consequences later. But yes, that's one of my perks.
See, I talked myself out of it.
Oh, Mark, you need a fun friend.
Exactly. I know. I sat there. I literally, everything in me wanted to try all of them. Just make a concoction.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't now. I'm like 50 years old here. I can't do this. So I went with one, just simple flavor. But everything in me wanted all of them.
What flavor did you pick?
I actually went with the mango. Here's why. I felt like the mango was lonely. I was watching all the kids, and they were trying everything else. And I was like, nobody's doing the mango.
Your empathy reaches to snow cones, and I love that about you, Mark.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Ready for some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
All right, got a little story for us?
I do. Mark, do you have a childhood pet that was dear to you?
I had one of those little, like, miniature turtles.
Oh,
for a little while.
So sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's about as close as it came.
Well, this story begins over a decade ago when a woman was just a young girl. Her grandma gave her a small puppy as a birthday present.
Okay.
Isn't that sweet?
That is cool.
And the dog quickly became her best friend, her closest companion. They played together all the time and just best friends, inseparable. Well, as life went on, some things changed, and her family faced situations that forced them to give the dog away. Just had to happen, and she was heartbroken, but they had to give it up to the shelter.
Okay.
Fast forward to now, and this woman is an adult. She decides it's time for her to get a dog.
Okay.
And so she decides she's going to go to the shelter. She's going to look around. And then one day during a visit, she met a small dog that immediately caught her attention. There was something familiar about the way it looked and the way it responded to her.
No.
It seemed as if the dog recognized her. And you think, that's cool, but she just brushed it off.
Just kind of like, oh, this is like my old dog.
This is like my old dog. Oh, we must be a good fit. We just enjoy each other. But in the weeks that followed, she noticed some small things about The dog responded to the same name.
Like from the original days? Ooh.
It had some of the same habits, and it also sat in the same way as her childhood pet. Isn't that so funny?
That's so crazy.
So after a while, she started thinking, this is just
something about this.
Too curious. Yeah. And so she reached out to the shelter and tried to reach out to some foster homes that the dog had had previously. And she put the puzzle pieces together. This was the same dog, the same puppy she got from her childhood. The dog came back.
That is crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
So years later, she ends up at a shelter and basically adopts
her old childhood pet.
Old childhood pet dog. Okay. Like, there's no way. Like, I know people can run anything off as coincidence, but come on.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
That is our positive difference story of the day.
Real people, real life. The KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
So we're going to do a little thing. We haven't done this in a little while. We call it What's Been Speaking to You Lately. And it's really fun to just take a moment and just think about, okay, what's God been using to like impact me lately? It could be something that you've listened to, something you've read, a conversation you've had, an experience that just like, wow, that got me. And I just think something about that I keep coming back to. And we'll open up the phone lines too. So if anybody else wants to join in, we'd love to hear what's been speaking to you lately. You can call or text us 800-909-KLRC. That's 800-909-5572. So next hour, would you be up for doing a little what's been speaking to you lately?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a good example too from my wife and I.
Okay.
We have gotten sucked into, and we're not big podcasters. I like podcasts, but we've had enough road trips too that like that's been a go-to to fill some of the time. So we got sucked into this podcast called The Mighty Pursuit. The Mighty Pursuit. Okay. It's put out by some people who are followers of Jesus. I think they're in New York City.
Ooh, cool.
And the whole Mighty Pursuit thing is a kind of like chasing down truth about all kinds of things. So sometimes it's health-related stuff. Sometimes it's relationship stuff. Sometimes it's science.
I love a good variety.
They'll like tackle anything. Like, they had a guy who's like one of the top spokespeople for the kind of atheist perspective. And then they had this other guy who like is this brilliant neuroscience, and he's a follower of Jesus and would believe and argue for God and creation and those kind of things. And they like put him in the room and they're like, okay, let's talk about it kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool. So you get to hear a conversation with differing opinions.
Yes.
I love something like that you can hear different sides and it doesn't feel attacking or end in a screaming match. You know, you're
charitable.
Yes. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to have to look this up.
I was like, okay, this is not what you usually see in the world. Right?
Yes, for sure.
So the episode we got sucked into was a conversation about marriage. Like, what is marriage? What's the point of marriage? Okay. Kind of an argument. Is it like marriage a good thing? And the two people were the guy in New York City who's the most sought after divorce lawyer in America.
What a job.
This is like the one that like all the celebrities and billionaires hire because this is like the guy.
I feel like this would be a stressful job.
Yes, he's been doing this for like 25 years.
So he has some experience.
So he knows a little something at least about why marriage doesn't work.
What not to do.
So they had him sit at the table with a guy who's been for a number of years a pastor. So he's going to bring obviously that theological perspective, has married a bunch of people, all that kind of thing. And basically blew up his life and blew up his marriage with infidelity, and they stuck it out. So he comes from the perspective of, I both know the pain and the brokenness of it and the beauty of healing and repair and all of that.
I bet that was a great conversation.
They put them in a room together and were like, what do you guys think? Is marriage worth it?
Is it worth it?
Not worth
That's
it?
a great question.
And something beautiful happened in that conversation. In fact, I'll share more about it a little bit later on.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear.
Okay? So we'll do what's been speaking to you lately this morning. You can join in, call or text 800-909-KLRC.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
We thought this morning we would do a little something we call What's Been Speaking to You Lately. Just to take a moment, think about, okay, what's something you've heard, read, a conversation, an experience that you're like, man, I feel like God's speaking to me through that in some way, or something about that really resonates. Anybody can join in this morning too. The phone lines are open. Call 800-909-KLRC. That's 800-909-5572. All right, Lauren, you said we could put you on the spot. What's been speaking to you?
You had a podcast.
Yes.
I have a song.
Okay.
It's actually
Good
one
choice.
that we're playing.
Okay.
On the
Here on
radio.
KLRC?
On KLRC.
Okay.
It's called Flowers by Samantha Ebert.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So first off, it's just a beautiful song. Like the song itself is beautiful. Her voice is lovely. And I really appreciate the way she basically shares her story with it. I don't feel like it's a performance so much. It's just really well done.
Yeah.
So the song itself is beautiful, but the words have really been speaking to me lately. And I just wanted to read the final verse, which was really sweet. It says, and I'll bring it up in a grateful prayer. Thank you, Jesus, for keeping me there. You know just what I need, and you've planted seeds, because you're a good God with a real good plan, and you hold my world in a watering can. So I can have peace, because flowers grow in the valley. So I think that's beautiful to begin with, but also the whole song through up to that point is about being in the valley. And I definitely feel like that was a season for me. The past couple of years with the boys, they just turned 3. And for me, postpartum was really hard. That was definitely, it was definitely a valley. And I had a lot of friends who 3 months, 6 months out were like, okay, I finally feel like myself. And I thought, I wonder what that feels like. That was not me. I took at least a year, and that could be with twins. That could be.
I was going to say, there's a lot going on.
There was a lot going on, and so the Lord definitely carried me through that and got us through. And so I'm super grateful to have that season done with. 3-year-olds are not easy by any means, but it is not what that low season was. And so in this song, I'm so grateful for the ending, for the reflection of seeing what God has done. And every time I hear it, it just reminds me that it's a good thing to reflect on the valleys and praise God for the hard times and the good times.
And I do think sometimes we need to be reminded through each other's stories that the last verse comes up. Right?
Yes.
Because a lot of time, a lot of life is walking through some valleys at times.
Right. And it may not be just a week. It may be a couple months. It may be a year. It may be a couple years for some people.
But to be able to kind of see, okay, wait a minute. But I can't deny the fact that God carried them through.
Yes.
And so if he can carry them through, you being one of them, and thank you, by the way, for courageously saying that, because you didn't have to. But to be able to see that and be like, oh, okay, well, if that's true for them, then it can be true for me.
Yes.
Too.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC. The positive difference.
So we've been doing a little round of what's been speaking to you lately. You were kind enough to share about that song Flowers, the new Samantha Ebert song.
Love that song.
Especially, and being able to actually like sing the last verse and feel like, oh, but that's like true of my story now.
Yes, that valleys are definitely part of our lives, but there's also a season that we get to come out of the valley and see the growth that God has done.
Right, and know that that's true too, and just as real. So love that. Love it.
What about you? You shared a little bit about a podcast.
Yeah, so my wife and I have been doing some podcasting lately, listening more because we've been doing road trips. And we found this podcast called The Mighty Pursuit. It's done by a group of Christians who invite people in who are not necessarily people of faith at times to have a debate about certain things. And that debate's not even really all. It's really a good conversation, right? And they might
I don't think there's anything wrong with a debate.
Yeah, I guess now
it's a like kind of a dirty word now almost.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's why I was like, I can't say that because that's not. But yes, like the way a debate should be, when you can be respectful and listen as well as speak. And they hit all kinds of topics, which is super fascinating. Again, sometimes it's with people of faith mixed in with others who have a different perspective. And they did this one on marriage. And the two people they invited in was the most sought after divorce lawyer in New York City, the guy that all the rich people and celebrities and whatever go to, because this guy, and he's been there, done it, seen it all.
He's seen a lot, and I would guess.
You could say is an expert in why
and what not to do.
Right, fall apart. And then they invited a pastor, but not just any pastor, a pastor who has walked through, and he would say this, blew up his life and blew up his family with infidelity. But the crazy part of their story is they both decided we're going to stay in this and fight for it. And so he knows a lot about marriage from walking through counseling people and all that. He knows how to blow it up. And he also knows and has tasted what redemption can look like. That's and I know that doesn't always happen. It takes two people that really want to fight for it, which is unique. So talk about two wildly different perspectives.
Yes.
And, the guy that's the lawyer would not say he's a follower of Jesus or a person of faith even. So he's kind of coming at it like, well, very critical. Yeah. And even just like, it's a legal contract. And if you're going to do it, you should protect yourself. And, but they're having this whole conversation, and the more and more they kept talking about the pastor and his wife and their story and the way that God had just lavished his grace into their story. So much so that they would literally say, hey, this thing is so beautiful, it's worth fighting for if we're all in on it. And literally you could sit back. I mean, and this was like one of those high level, like they make Netflix series about blowing up kind of tragedies. So you would just say like that they shouldn't have lasted.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. So it's literally a miracle that they've lasted. And this lawyer dude is just fascinated by it. And I'm hearing him talk. My wife and I were talking about this. Like, for a guy who's not a Christian, he's sure connecting a whole lot of dots.
That's super cool.
And and here's the thing it was a cool, interesting marriage podcast, and it created some good conversations, even with some of our kids. But even the bigger picture to me is there is nothing as powerful, uniquely powerful in people's lives as a true redemption story. When somebody who's not so sure this God thing is so real is confronted with a real person, or in this case a couple, with real situations that are like we were talking about, with real hard, like the real valleys, and yet you can see that somehow something beautiful, kind of like the Flowers song, can come out of that.
Yeah.
It makes it really hard just to like wish it all away and just discount this God thing. Yeah. Especially when you know like that doesn't happen.
Yes, there is something divine there.
Yes.
Mark, what was the name of the podcast?
It's called The Mighty Pursuit.
Okay. Yeah. I might have to go look that up later.
Like, warning for anybody, they're like 2.5 hour long episodes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just thinking of you as a mom with
well, maybe if I drive to Sam's Club, I'll do half.
And you can just start knocking out 7. That's it.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
I know you know this. You've been to one of these before. Faith and Family Night.
Oh, yes.
In August.
Mm-hmm.
You get the baseball game, get a pregame concert, all the stuff. And usually it's a little warm, if we're honest.
It is.
I mean, it's baseball. It's summer. It's like supposed to be warm. But, and I'm trying to remember, have you ever been up to the suite?
I have.
Before? Okay.
Yes.
So then you know this. It's glorious up there.
Yes, it is. The suite at the Naturals game is the best way to watch a Naturals game because it has air conditioning.
Exactly. And if you want to go sit out, you can.
Yep.
So you can be outside or you can come back in the air conditioning. On top of that, there's like food up there and you know, all the stuff.
Yes.
And so here's what we're going to do. Given that it's inside and glorious, we're going to do something for our insiders.
Oh,
See
okay.
what we did there?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. So if you are not a KLRC insider, the good news is you can be. You should be. It's absolutely free.
What does an insider do?
Okay.
Mark. So I know what I'm signing up for.
It's probably the easiest job in America.
Okay.
You just keep you do you and going about your business. And here's what's cool is about every couple of weeks we send you an email that's just for the insiders.
Okay.
That gives you a heads up. Sometimes you get like the first notice of concerts coming.
Oh, okay.
Or special giveaways.
Okay, it kind of tells you what's happening.
Yep. So you get the inside track on that. Special Devos, kind of unique content that's for our insiders. So that's a nice little perk, little benefit to it. And in this case, if you sign up to be an insider, that means you're going to get the little secret link in the next week or two to sign up to win a whole suite for you and 10 of your guests.
Fabulous. So if I'm already on the list, I'll get it.
Correct.
If I'm not on the list, I just sign up and I'll get the link.
It's that easy. Yeah. And it's free. Doesn't cost you anything.
Okay.
So you can sign up on our website. It's right there on the front page at klrc.com. And there's air conditioning.
Woohoo.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Happy birthday!
This is just so exciting.
Let's keep this party going.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey, happy birthday!
It's Mark. Lauren's here too. We've got some birthdays to celebrate in the Marketplace Grill Birthday Bash. Just a couple of names on the list today. Greg Pear celebrating in Farmington. Lydia McGraw in Centerton. And by the way, too, if you have birthdays you want to share with us, you can do that on the website. It's in the on-air section in the menu at klrc.com. You can just click on the birthday bash. That's how you get the names on the air and entered, because each day we get to celebrate and send somebody to the Marketplace with a gift certificate. Got a winner for us, Lauren?
Happy birthday to Lydia. You won the gift certificate.
Yes. 8 years old today. Enjoy a trip to the Marketplace Grill.